welcome back. Today we're going to talk about part 2 of how I deal with seasonal depression, which is I control what I consume. If you haven't seen part 1, go check it out. If you're here from part 1, welcome back, hope you're doing well. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. So due to it being fall and winter, it's already hard enough battling that anxiety and depression that comes with it. So I try to control what I consume. Now when I say consume, I mean what does my brain consume and not what my stomach consumes. We don't have to worry about that right now.
They say I'm gonna make you broke.
Because you eat all my food. You eat all my money up.
You got cheese like me?
But yeah, I just want to make sure I'm giving my brain good resources and a proper environment to grow with like self-confidence, self-care, and just being a genuine person in society. So there are 3 things that I keep in mind when going through social media. Number 1, my time. How much time do I put into social media platforms? Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, whatever it may be. How much of my time am I investing into it? Number 2, sexual content. Are the things I'm looking at sexual? Are they persuasive? Or do they use temptation as like their main driving point? Number 3, comparing and contrasting. Am I comparing or contrasting myself to anyone on social media or on a platform? So yeah, those are the 3 things I keep in mind when going through social media, and I'm going to go into depth into each one of them and like my mindset behind it. So let's just jump right in. Number 1, time. Time is a commodity.
You know what time it is? Disco time!
We don't have an unlimited amount of it, and everybody wants it. So it's a constant battle between my hobbies and my dreams and social media. And of course I want my hobbies and dreams to win. They're my hobbies and dreams. But social media is designed to take my attention and my time. On the surface, this isn't a bad thing. I like going through Instagram and seeing photography related posts and having my feed being filled with other photographers and videographers, whatever it may be. Just other people that are in a community that I'm interested in. So that's not a bad thing. However, the intention behind it is where things get a little rocky, and I'm going to explain that. Pitbull once said, time is money, and I could not agree more because time is money. That's why I get paid to do a job, because I'm dedicating my time to doing something for someone.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad!
However, social media wants your time so much. And the reason I say this is because the longer that you interact with their platform or their app or their game, the more money they generate through likes, shares, views, ad revenue, in-game purchases even. The longer you're there, the more time you put into their platform, the more money they generate. And in return, it's like a job. You're working for this app, this company, and they're paying you by giving you things that you like to see. So for me, they'd be giving me photography posts as payment, but they get to keep the money, which is how I think about it. So it makes sense to me. That's how I think about it. With that being said, I try to invest my time into my hobbies, my dreams, and things that just make me a better person. And when I say invest, I mean like actually invest, because it's kind of like stocks.
I'm semi, I stay automatic. Money add then multiply.
So if I invest pennies into a stock, then I'm probably just gonna get pennies back, which is just how it rolls. So if I invest little time in my hobbies and my dreams and things that make me a better person, it's just gonna have a very little return. So if I invest my time into my dreams, my hobbies, and things that make me a better person, if I increase the initial investment, then I will get a bigger return. I cannot tell you how many times I've made a beat and it just sounds like royalty-free elevator music. Which isn't what I'm going for, but you know, we're just going with it. But nonetheless, I have made so many bad beats, but I've also made some good ones. And I think the main reason of why this is because humans are naturally negative. We naturally like to see the negatives in things because it's a natural survival instinct. So, and also it's just like, it's easier to think of a thing that's negative. It's easier to think what's wrong with something than what's good with something, typically. Point being, So if I make a terrible beat that sounds like elevator music, I'm like, okay, I can immediately say the beat's off, the key's off, this sounds like trash. But then I just gotta keep note of that. So the next beat I make, it hopefully doesn't sound like elevator music. Hopefully it sounds like something that I was hoping to sound like. So yeah. Number 2, I block out sexual content out of like my feed or things that I look at because I just don't need that. I just don't. And a majority of men and some women struggle with pornography, and that's just so detrimental to your mental and emotional health. It does a number.
Favorite, here's the end of the fight. Take me.
It really damages your self-image because you're looking at unrealistic standards. And obviously your brain gets addicted easily because you're releasing dopamine. And it's like, this is pleasing to my eyes, you know, so I want more of it. So that's why I block sexual content, because I know my brain will want to see it because like, dopamine, serotonin, yes. But I know my brain will get addicted because it's very easy and it's like a slippery slope. I'm not trying to say like, oh my gosh, it's a slippery slope, but it is the slippery slope. Another reason why I block sexual content is because I don't want to taint my view of women. Like, I'm not trying to say we live in a society, but we live in a society, okay, where women are often sexualized or over-sexualized, whether it be the workplace or whether it be advertising or just media in general. It's just there. It's just very apparent. And personally, I'm not trying to feed into that narrative. We're all people. We're all humans, you know, and that's how I feel we should view each other. I don't want my view of women to get tainted in a way that I can't unsee, I guess. Like, I don't want to be walking down the street and struggle being like, oh, she was looking good or whatever. Or looking through my feed and being like, sex, you know? No, I'm not trying to be like that. Another big reason I block out sexual content is because of my relationships. Right now, I'm single, which is great. But whenever I get into a relationship with that significant other, I don't want there to be a struggle of me having lust or me having temptation on other women that's not my significant other. So then my dad one time told me a story in his metaphorical ways, as me and him do, and I was struggling because I had my own baggage, and I was wanting to be in a relationship with this person at the time.
Look, you're a simp. I'm gonna have to report you back to Cusco.
And I talked to him about it, and he was like, Noah, let me tell you. So he said, Noah, when you get into a relationship, you are giving yourself and what you offer to the person that you love as a gift, you know? And I was like, okay. So then my dad went on to say, okay, well, if you truly love that person and you want to be with them for a while, would you want to give them a shitty gift? And I was like, not particularly. And he's like, okay, well, you need to apply that to yourself right now. Because he's like, Noah, let's be honest, you have baggage. Which was true. He wasn't being rude. He was saying it as it is, and I appreciate it. He's like, Noah, you have baggage, you got issues, and you have a lot to learn about yourself. And I was like, that was out of pocket.
Out of pocket for that shit.
But I agreed with him. So then he was like, okay, Noah, you and I both know that you have this baggage and you have these issues and you still need to learn about yourself. We both know this. So why would you want to put yourself into a relationship? Because then you just be giving them a shitty gift. And he wasn't calling me shitty. He was saying it as it is, and I appreciate it. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm mad that you're right. And I was like, dang it, man. And so that's how I view it now, is I want to give my significant other or whoever that may be in the future, I want to make sure I'm giving them the best, you know? I want to make sure I'm giving them a love that's unconditional. And I want to make sure they don't have to worry about me lusting over someone or me being jealous or whatever it may be. I just want it to go so smoothly, it'll be great. I can only imagine whenever that happens, it'll be like a great time. But right now, I'm not even there yet. Like, I still have some stuff to work out with myself. But I acknowledge it, and we're getting there. We're working, we're making steps to getting there. So rounding all the way back to why I block sexual content, I don't want to have a struggle with lust or envy or self-image when I get into a relationship, and I see sexual content as a gateway to that. So I'm just gonna close that gateway and walk on by.
Right, bitch.
And the third reason of why I control what I consume is self-image and confidence. Oftentimes, when I was younger, I would go on social media and I'd find myself comparing myself to a 23-year-old when I was 16. And I was like, why am I not there yet? I don't understand. And then I forget to realize, oh, they're 23. Oh, their dad's a lawyer. Like, not everyone's life is the same. Everyone is different. No one is the same as me. No one is the same as you. And that's how it is. You know, we all have different circumstances and scenarios and talents and gifts. So comparing myself to a different person would be like me comparing apples to oranges. So if I found a person that's into music and is roughly my age, and like I'm trying to get into music, and so if he or she was roughly my age, and I saw them and I was trying to compare myself to them, I'd be comparing apples to oranges. Yes, they're both fruits, I guess. Like, yes, we're both interested in music, but they're nothing alike. And so I'd make their standards my standards, and I'd set really high goals and unrealistic expectations, and I'd be climbing, trying to get there, and never would. Because it's unrealistic, I'm not there yet. At this point in my life, it's not gonna happen. Which is fine, I am where I need to be. But nonetheless, that damaged my self-image and my confidence, because I thought I could do it. I was like, oh, well, comparing and contrasting to this person, I should be able to do it, but I forget that we're not the same people. So I'd try it and then fail miserably, and then my confidence would just...
Oh, damn.
Now, not to say that you can't take inspiration or tips and tricks from people you want to be like or are in the field that you want to be in. That's perfectly fine, because they failed and now they're giving that information to you. Like, say less, that's a blueprint to get through whatever you want to get through. However, you can't follow their standards. You can't follow their goals and follow their milestones. You have to set your own standards and follow your own goals and your own milestones, because you're a different person and you're in a different scenario. You're in a different life, different time, different area of the world. Nothing is the same. So I like to keep in mind when I'm going through social media, and sometimes I do compare and contrast. I'm not perfect. I like to keep in mind that I am living my life and they are living theirs. I am not living their life and they are not living mine. So that's why I keep in mind, personally. It works for me. But yeah. So yeah, those are the three things I keep in mind when going through social media. Time, sexual content, and comparing and contrasting. That's what I find works for me. Obviously, you can tweak it however you like. That's just what I found to work best. So yeah. Thanks for tuning in to part 2 of dealing with seasonal depression. Part 3 coming soon. So yeah, stay tuned, and hope you have a great day, night, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it may be. Hope you have a good one.